Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I'm Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining us. Well, Dateline, September 25th, or what you might call yesterday, news broke that with just 5 days left on the 5-year statute of limitations, former FBI Director James Comey was indicted by a grand jury on not one but 2 separate felony counts. What are we going to do? Well, what we're not going to do is one of the things we never do here. We're not here to spike the football or pass judgment on Mr. Comey. No, we'll let all of you do that. But what we are going to do is we're going to go through the complaint. We're going to go through the law. We're going to talk about what all of this means from a legal perspective. So today, let's spend a few minutes and let's talk about James Comey just got indicted for what? Okay, America, news broke yesterday that former FBI Director James Comey was going to be indicted on 2 separate felonies. This is after a grand jury finding. We're going to go through the complaint today. We're going to talk about the actual applicable law, and we'll talk about some potential penalties. The case, obviously, is the United States of America versus James B. Comey, filed in the United States District Court for the Eastern District of Virginia, Alexandria Division. It alleges 2 separate felonies. Count 1 of the indictment reads, on or about September 30th, 2020, in the Eastern District of Virginia, the defendant James B. Comey Jr. did willfully and knowingly make a materially false, fictitious, and fraudulent statement in a matter within the jurisdiction of the legislative branch of the government of the United States by falsely stating to a U.S. Senator during a Senate Judiciary Committee hearing that he, James Comey Jr., had not authorized someone else at the FBI to be an anonymous source in the news reports regarding an FBI investigation concerning Person 1. Person 1 was President Donald Trump, and the operation was Crossfire Hurricane, or essentially the Russian collusion hoax. The complaint goes on to further state that statement was false because, as James Comey Jr. then and there knew, he in fact had authorized Person 3 to serve as an anonymous source in news reporting regarding an FBI investigation concerning Person 1, all in violation of 18 United States Code Section 1001A2. You see, all of this stems from testimony that Director Comey gave on September 30th of 2020, wherein he actually affirmed earlier testimony given in 2017 related to Crossfire Hurricane in 2016, wherein he claimed that he never authorized anybody within the department to leak any information. The problem is that former FBI Director Andrew McCabe had testified under oath quite the contrary, stating in fact that no, he had authorized some information to be leaked by a specific individual, and that Director Comey was aware of that. That led Senator Ted Cruz to send a letter to the Justice Department pointing out that, well, these 2 statements are absolutely irreconcilable, meaning one of these individuals has lied under oath to the Senate Judiciary Committee. So the Department of Justice has determined that Director Comey's testimony was the testimony that was false. Now, there are 2 counts. He is first charged under 18 United States Code, Section 1001, statements or entries generally, specifically under subsection A2 of the statute, so therefore it reads, except as otherwise provided in this section, whoever, in any matter within the jurisdiction of the executive, legislative, or judicial branch of the government of the United States, knowingly and willfully too, makes any materially false, fictitious, or fraudulent statements or representation shall be fined under this title and in prison not more than 5 years. Okay, and the allegations are right there in the complaint. He testified under oath he had never authorized anyone to leak information, and yet that is exactly what had happened. Count 2 of the complaint is charged under 18 United States Code Section 1505. That count of the complaint specifically reads, on or about September 30th, 2020, in the Eastern District of Virginia, the defendant James Comey Jr. did corruptly endeavor to influence, obstruct, or impede the due and proper exercise of the power of inquiry under which an investigation was being had before the Senate Judiciary Committee by making false and misleading statements before that committee. Okay, and then the applicable statute, 18 United States Code Section 1505, reads like this. I'm not even going to bore you with it, but what it basically says is, hey, listen, if you're under oath and you're testifying before any committee of the House, the Senate, or a joint committee, and you engage in any kind of fraudulent, dishonest, deceitful behavior, that standing alone constitutes a felony. It too is punishable by fines consistent with this chapter and up to 5 years in prison. So that is what the complaint says, that is the allegations, and that is the applicable law. What's going to happen? Who knows? Many of you have been upset that this didn't happen sooner. Many of you are going to be upset that this happened at all. Would love to hear what you all think should have been done here, and I would love to hear what you all think should be done. Tell us about it down below in the comment section. Okay, now listen, we'll go ahead and link up the applicable statutes down below. We'll link up the complaint down below so that you can check out the indictment for yourself. If you got any other questions about this or anything else related to what we normally cover here at Washington Gun Law, you should know how to get a hold of us by now. But if you don't, that information is down there in the description box. If you got an idea for a video we should be doing, you click that link right there and you tell us all about it. If you want to subscribe to our monthly newsletter, that information is down there in the description box. And then finally, and most importantly, let's everyone remember that part of being a lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here, is to know what the law is in every situation and how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching and stay safe.